Hey everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to talk about my top 10 Switch exclusives. So the Switch has been out for a while now. It's coming to the end of its lifespan, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I love so many games on the Switch, and tons of them aren't necessarily exclusives. You know, you could have got it on the PS5, but I chose to play it on the Switch. I absolutely love the portability of the console. It's just an amazing console. However, there are some games that you can only play on the Switch. And some of them, when I was going through what I was going to pick for this, some of them aren't necessarily Switch exclusives anymore because they are now available on Steam. You can play them on PC. So there's a couple, if you're like, why is that not on the list? It's because it is available on Steam. So there were a couple I was going to put, and then I thought, I can't. My rules for this, because there were a few that I didn't include, were basically it has to be 100% exclusive in the sense that something that was just remastered and then just kind of ported to the Switch, I don't count it. So something like Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, it's so close to the GameCube version. I know they did a few different things, but to me, it's kind of just a port. So I didn't really count it as a full remaster. I mean, it looks the same. It's pretty much the same as the GameCube version. So for me, I didn't include games like that. If it's a remake, it has to be completely different. You know, the graphics are different, whatever, from the original. So there are remakes on here, but again, it has to be different from the original and not just basically a copy-paste from the original system. All right, that's out of the way, so we're gonna get to the list. Before I get to the list though, make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, click like, and please tell me what your favorite Switch exclusives are. All right, coming in at number 10 is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is such a great game. I absolutely love it. It was my first Kirby game, believe it or not, and wow, there's so much creativity here. Like, it's a really unique, fun action platformer. I really like this game. It's so cool. It's really weird that he can basically absorb stuff and then become that. So he'll like swallow a car and now he's a car. He doesn't just have like powers from that thing. So really different, and I just had a really great time with it. It's really accessible. I really just enjoy this a lot. It's super fun. It really makes you feel like you're a kid again. It really brought me back to the late 90s, you know, where you had those 3D platformers on the N64. That's kind of what this gives off. It's really fun. So if you like that kind of thing, you'll really like this game. Definitely check it out. At number 9, we have a game that really surprised me, and that is Luigi's Mansion 3. I absolutely love this game. It is so much fun, and I'm sure that people who've played the first two are thinking, well, yeah, it's a great series, but for me, this was my introduction to the series because I just never had the interest to play them before. I don't know. And then, I just decided to go for it with this one, and I'm so glad I did because it is really fun. It is so unique. Every floor that you go to in this hotel is like so unique and creative. I loved it. It's a really fun game, and I will say it is very challenging. This is not necessarily like a walk in the park. You know, some Nintendo exclusives can be kind of easy because they're geared to kids, and although this may appear to be geared towards kids, it's definitely hard. So this one's a hard one, but I feel like if you try really hard, you can do it. I did it, but yeah, it is definitely challenging, but just really fun. Like, everything, like literally every sound effect in this game, like they just spent so much time and it shows, and it's a great game. Definitely play this if you haven't. I know it's getting older now, but hey, so is the Switch. At number 8 is my controversial pick, and that is Paper Mario the Origami King. So this game, so many people hated, and I kind of don't get it because it was just a really fun game. It is different. It is very weird in terms of the gameplay and the actual like style of battles, because it's kind of like a JRPG, but it's not. You don't gain any experience. A lot of people have basically said like, well, then what's the point of the battles? To me, it's because it's fun. So I'm just gonna say that. It's a really cool game though. I really thought it was kind of creepy. Every single area that you got to go to was fun. All the different companions you had were really interesting. Great writing. It's funny. It's a neat game. And it definitely had like some off-putting moments where you're like, oh, it's kind of creepy. So I really liked it because the origami thing was supposed to be like the villain, and it was really neat. So very cool game. I will say that this is not for everyone. This is my list. This is my top 10. So I get that this would maybe not be in everyone's top 10, but it is a really cool game. I feel like if you like Paper Mario, you would like this game. If you like funny writing, you'll like this game. The only thing that's a deterrent is, yeah, the battle system is kind of weird. It's different and it's bizarre. And if you don't get it, if it's not clicking, I feel like it may be a turnoff for some people. So definitely watch some videos, check it out. But I had a great time with it. Somehow the battle system clicked with me and I got it. At number 7 is a remake that I just had a lot of fun with. It definitely gets some flack, but I liked it. And that is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Obviously there's also Shining Pearl as well. I really like this game. I like it because it's basically an older Pokemon game. The new ones just don't do it for me, guys. They just don't. So in that regard, I like this because, yeah, the chibi art style I think was a turnoff to people. People wanted a bit of a different remake. They wanted probably something that looked more like the new games, but just in this region. And they didn't get that. They basically just got a Game Boy game, so all the graphics are this chibi look like you would have gotten 30 years ago, even though that's not when this came out, but you got that look. It's almost like they just made the DS game look a little different. And I feel like that's okay with me because I just really like the old style Pokemon games. And when this came out, I hadn't played this game for so long that it felt new and it felt fresh. And so I liked it. I actually enjoyed this game. So if you like old style, normal Pokemon games, you will like this. If you like the new ones, you may not jive with this as much, just because it is a bit more old school, but it has EXP share and all that good stuff. So it's modern. It's just not the same type of exploration. This is really like heavy on the go to a town, go to a route, go to the next town, go in a cave, go to the next town. It's really much like that. It's really like the old ones. I like that. That's my personal favorite. So if I get that in a game, it's like 100% win for me. At number 6, we have a Fire Emblem game, and it's not the one you think it is. It's Fire Emblem Engage. That's right, this one's my favorite one. I absolutely adore this game. I think it's really fun. I love the aesthetic. It was like really like, wow, like a pop of color, really cool. And in terms of gameplay, you're getting amazing, fun Fire Emblem strategy gameplay here. So you're getting that fun, SRPG goodness, but to me, I really enjoyed just the actual like setting and story of it and characters. It was really, it gave me like a JRPG vibe with an SRPG vibe. So like I like JRPGs where you explore and you go, across the world and meet different party members and all that stuff. And I find that Fire Emblem necessarily isn't like that. It's fun, but it's not like that. This kind of was like that. It was an SRPG. It was like the same old Fire Emblem you expect, but then you would go each new like battle, you would gain new party members, meet new people, and I don't know. I thought that was really fun. I know some people didn't like the story on this, and maybe they didn't think the aesthetic was cool, like the blue and red hair. It's kind of weird, but it was gorgeous, had really neat anime aesthetic, and I thought it was really good. So I like this game. It's my favorite Fire Emblem game at the moment. We'll see what the next one brings, but at the moment, this one's my favorite. I think it's fantastic. Okay, now we are in the top 5. So at number 5, I'm gonna put Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I really enjoyed this game. I think it's awesome. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. There's definitely some issues, and there were moments in this game that really frustrated me. There were some kind of like where you would be blocked and you were locked before you could go further, and it was really annoying. However, the game overall is really, really good. And I love the characters in this game. They are just so compelling, and I really cared about them when I was playing it. Like, I wanted to know more about them, but I also just wanted them to see through their mission and see a happy ending, you know what I mean? And it was really good. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is definitely a bit of the black sheep in the series. and it's not my favorite Xenoblade Chronicles game. However, I still think it's worth playing. It's fantastic, and it has a lot of memories with me just because of when I played it and stuff. It's just a really good game. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's solid, worth a shot, and if you like Xenoblade Chronicles and JRPGs, then to me it's like 100% worth your time. So then at number 4, I'm gonna put Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is not my favorite Xenoblade Chronicles, but it's my second favorite. I do enjoy the first one the most. And yes, I was torn on putting Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on this list. And I know that they redid the graphics, but it felt so similar to the original that I'm gonna keep it off. I know this is my own personal list and whatever. It's not like some definitive thing here, but I'm gonna put Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The game is phenomenal. This is absolutely worth your time. It's really good. It's incredibly emotional. It's probably the most emotional and most like heartbreaking out of the 3. So it's really good. In fact, most people I think would say this is their favorite. I get it. It's really good. Great cast. A lot of really sad, tough moments in this game. So it's really, really good. I don't know. There's something about the original Xenoblade Chronicles that I just like more, but I am leaving it off this list. And again, I know because you might say, what, you put Pokemon Brilliant Diamond on and whatever. This is just my list. So I'm putting this one on. It's fantastic. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is really good, and by this point, it's the third one, so I feel like they've kind of figured it out by now. So the battle system is really great. Everything, I mean, it's gorgeous. This is a beautiful looking game. It's really exciting, and I just enjoyed my time, all the way through. It's really, really good. It's worth your time. It's very long, and I feel like long games are sometimes a turnoff for me, but when they're really good, it doesn't matter. If something is 70 hours long, that's okay if it's awesome, and this is definitely awesome. At number 3, we have The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Amazing remake here, guys. I never played the original, and so I was first exposed to it here. I love top-down Zeldas the most, and I love this game. It's so cute. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's very short, but it's just perfect. Like, it's a Zelda game through and through, and it's really, really, really good, guys. And it's definitely, like, a bit sad, which is something you wouldn't necessarily expect from a Zelda game. But yeah, definitely a really good one you need to check out. This has been out for quite a long time now, and this is one that I fell in love with this one. It's so gorgeous. When they started making Zeldas like this, that have this chibi style, but like they almost look like you're playing like a diorama or something, and then they obviously made Echoes of Wisdom look like this, which is great, by the way. That would obviously be in my top as well, just didn't make this list. But yeah, this is awesome because this is like classic Zelda. Echoes of Wisdom, also really good. It's just a little bit different, and I just didn't make the list. So I still recommend it though. It's like, I don't know, it would probably be in my 11th or 12th spot. So it's also really good. But yeah, this one is 100% worth your time. It's classic Zelda. It's gorgeous. It's one of the cutest games on the Switch. So please give it your time. Then at number 2, we've got one of my favorite games of all time, and that is Super Mario RPG. And this is the remake they did for the Switch. It's pretty much a shot-for-shot remake, and it doesn't have that claymation look anymore. They have made it a little bit easier. There's definitely changes. I like this though. I like the original, and it'll always, hold a special place in my heart. I have it on the Super Nintendo. It's a great game. But this one, I have to say, pretty awesome, okay? Because sure, they made it look a little different. It has more of that CGI computer graphics look instead of the claymation look. That's okay. And that was a thing in the 90s. I mean, all the graphics for Earthbound were all this claymation thing. It's very strange. It was like a thing. So it's okay that they got rid of it. They're trying to make it modern. And guys, it's really good. It's awesome, and I feel like they refined it and made it so perfect that it's not as long. Not that the Super Nintendo game was that long. It's like 20 hours. This is like 12 to 14 hours maybe. Like, it's really short, but that's the thing. Every single second of it is good. So I'd rather play something that is 12 hours and the whole thing is good than play something that is 50 hours and then 12 hours are good. I think we all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, definitely check this one out. It's really good. It's very different. And I wish so badly that we would get more of this, because it's not Paper Mario and it's not Mario and Luigi. It is not that. It is its own thing, and to get a sequel would be a dream come true. So I'm hoping that they made this and then they're like, oh, it did so well, we're gonna do a sequel one day on the Switch too. Please, Nintendo, please. Everybody wants it. I feel like everyone legitimately would want that. And at number 1 is another controversial pick, but again, this is my personal list of favorite games. It's what I like. So yeah, there's a few series and a few games that didn't make this list because it's just not my thing. So the game I put in number 1 is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Why? Because Pokemon Blue and Red are like one of my favorite games of all time. And when they remade this game, I was so kind of like mad at first because I thought that looks so stupid. That looks like it's the game that I was, you know, raised on, and they've dumbed it down, until I played it and went, you know what? It's actually fun. It's actually a fun time. So I can't make fun of it anymore. Yeah, you do use that throwing mechanic like in Pokemon Go to catch wild Pokemon, but it's not like there aren't battles. You still battle trainers, you still battle gyms just the same way as you used to, and then you get to see Kanto in this really nice, fun, you know, not like super detailed, but like really nice, fun 3D world. I liked it. I legitimately like it. So whatever, it's a really fun game to me. I'm definitely due for a replay because I just love Kanto, so anytime I can play through that region, I have a good time. And I would love it if they did another version of this, but like with another region. So if they did like Let's Go and it was like Johto or something, that would be super cool. But yeah, I actually really did like this. It's super fun. And again, it's completely old school. So you're playing the same old type of Pokemon adventure, and it's that awesome region that we all grew up with, anyone in my age group. So I really like it. I think it's fantastic. And for me, I'm not saying it's the best game on the Switch in terms of exclusive. I'm saying it's my favorite Switch exclusive. And yes, my favorite Switch game is Mario Kart 8. I did not include it on this list because it came out on the Wii U, and they just basically ported it to the Switch, and I know they've added so many different tracks that at this point you could probably argue that it's a different game than the version on the Wii U, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know. To me, it's just the same game that they've added stuff to. I'm not counting it. So yeah, I didn't include that because I know that so many people know that Mario Kart 8 is my favorite Switch game, and that is the reason I didn't include it on this list. So that's it, guys. That is my Switch exclusives list. It's a little bit different, but that's my thing. I tell you my honest opinion, and I want to show you what my favorite games are. They aren't necessarily Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, or, you know, Metroid Dread or whatever. Like, there are certain games that just, you know, Animal Crossing. There are games that you didn't see on here because those games just aren't my thing. So you're just not going to see them on my list. Are they great games? Sure. It's just not my personal favorite. It's annoying sort of that I have to say that, but I'm just preferencing that, again, this list was my favorite games. So yeah, that's what this list is. I hope that you guys check these games out though, because I genuinely really like them. They're really awesome games, and that's why I'm sharing this list with you, because the Switch is my favorite console of all time. So these Switch exclusives are fantastic. Thank you again, everybody, for watching the video. Please make sure you're subscribed if you're not, click like, and of course, tell me below what your favorite Switch exclusives are, because I am curious what they are and how different they are from my list. Who knows? I'm sure a ton of people will say some games that I did not mention today. So I want to know what those are, and I'll see you guys in my next video.